A slice of Sicily in the city of Chengdu, China. Meet Vito Lacastro, the man behind this club. He often gets his hands messy, serving the best of home-cooked Italian food, wine, and hospitality to people here. Vito spends 8 months a year in Chengdu. He calls it his second home, having been here for over 6 years now. And he stayed put throughout the COVID-19 outbreak.
China was the first country affected by this virus. They face in a good way, so we have to use the same way. Not only in Italy, in each country, all around the world, at the moment, until the vaccine will be not delivered, the solution is to control the virus, to defeat the virus, is stay home, take care, avoid to go outside, use the mask, all the prevention.
We overheard Vito call one of his daughters who works in Milan. He later tells us that these daily phone calls used to be heated.
At the beginning, it was very hard for me. Each day I called them in a strong way. I tried to convince them to stay home, to take care, with the weak result, I'm sorry. But now finally they understood that the situation is critical. So at the beginning I was a bit worried about them, but now not.
Kevin Moore, an American and good friend of Vito's, invites us to his home nearby. He has been an airline pilot for almost 3 decades and hasn't had an international flight out of Chengdu in over a month. I asked Kevin what lessons China can impart to America.
It's a hard lesson to learn. America is a very independent-minded people, and when people tell them to do something, they immediately question it. And most of the time, that's a very good mental attitude to have. But on things like this, the virus doesn't care what you think. It doesn't care what your opinion is. It doesn't care about democracy or socialism or anything else. It just infects everybody. So the only real thing to do in things like this is to do what you're told.
Kevin is taking his 70% pay cut in stride and says China came through faster than he expected in containing the pandemic.
I think they've done as good as they could. They had a rough start, and everybody knows about that. But once they decided that this was the proper course of action, the advantage they had is they made a decision and then they stuck to it. And now you and I are sitting here talking. That means things are getting better. If they weren't getting better, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, or you wouldn't be here.
And neither would 72-year-old Vito, who calls for people to reflect on the value of life.
Forgot value like the solidarity, the friendship, love to other people, the hope, the sacrifice. I hope that the nation can't think about this. Don't compete only to guarantee the best GDP. This is not the best value. They have to take care about the healthy, mental, physical, spiritual health of their people.
An opportune time to renew these values, he says, to better face the future. And after the clouds, there is renaissance and sunshine. Vito Lacastro is optimistic. Wei Lin Tang, CGTN, Chengdu.